nice rain. We're definitely crashing just from months of waiting to move and then doing the move and then settling into the move. So we've been sleeping a lot, and we didn't really want to do game day makeup today, but we know that we ultimately enjoy it, and we're making a compromise of just doing our eyes and I wish it was a teal lip. It is pretty, it does work, but definitely when I run out, I will be getting a color hopefully closer to Shark's Teal. Same with this. Like with this palette, I use these two a lot, and maybe Bubble Bath right above it. But they are quite blue, so I'm gonna try laying over and like blending in some of this green, because I've tried this before I took off one of the teal looks, and it was too bright. So I'm gonna try this lighter sort of minty green over these teals to see if I get more of a Shark's Teal. Oh, I need tape. What did I do with that tape? And I will say, if you are a lover of matte eyeshadows, this Bunny palette is just delicious. I think it's really beautiful. They're so pigmented and so smooth. I love them. Good purchase. Oh, I hate doing my bottom lid. Not because it's not lid, but my bottom lash line. I know I say this probably every time, but it just gets so easily ticklish, and it waters and runs. And so I'm trying to just figure out how to work around it, work through it, work with it. I'm gonna have a little ranty rant session real quick, because I just need to get it off of my chest. And it's something that if you're here from Threads, you will have seen me bitch about a lot. And it's reader culture and fan fiction over the last couple years. The majority of you treat fanfic writers like shit. We are fellow fans. We can be your friends. Like, I am most hurt by how little connection I've found in the Heated Rivalry fandom. And maybe part of it is because it's so oversaturated that it's harder to find the niche weirdo queers who've been through too much. I don't know. I'm currently not really having fun. And again, because it's such a large and popular fandom, it's full of bullshit also. But the biggest thing for me as a writer is that I have one fic in particular, the first part in my 16-part series, because they're meant to act as snapshots, so they work as vignettes, as single fics, and then together cover like a 6-year time span of their relationship. The first installment of it has been up since December 18th. It has 12,000 hits, about 850 kudos, and 9 comments. 9. And more than just complaining and feeling, it's not that I feel entitled. I feel like that's just not mathing. There's no way that like 1%, I've just never, ever, ever seen engagement that wacky. And it's like that for all of my heated rivalry fic. So I feel like even though with the kudos and the hits, it would seem like people are reading and enjoying my stuff. But without like human beings, like even just heart emojis, seeing that a real person, like I don't, there's something about just the click of the kudos that feels so cold. I really, 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 really wish I could appreciate it. But because of the way that I'm used to engaging in fandom and using my work as a way to find and relate to people and make at least acquaintances, if not like actual friends, it's very lonely. It feels a lot, especially the way people talk about fanfic, it feels a lot like it's seen as just content. Just the way so many of them, I really hope they're newer fans. I really hope they've never done fan fiction before, because they treat writers like shit, in my opinion. And it's bugging me as a writer. That being said, there has never been an obligation to leave comments. Comments have always been optional. Oh, for fuck's sake. Comments have always been optional. They have always been appreciated. And this level of low engagement feels shitty. It just feels really shitty and confusing. It's like, do you like it or not? Did people enjoy it or not? Or are they just guzzling up as much content as they can and like dropping a kudos before they move directly on to the next? And that really bothers me. And I think I need to get over that if I'm ever going to publish. But for now, I'm going to bitch about it. Because fandom should be focused on, I don't know if necessarily focused on, I don't know. It's just it feels like no one's actually nice. Like I feel like I could count on one hand the people I've encountered on Threads, and I have 700 followers and live at home and I'm online all the fucking time. Like a handful of people who have been genuinely nice and down to earth. Yeah, I think I hate the heated rivalry fandom. And they call themselves loons. And I know it's because of the bird, and the bird fucking rules. I loved house sitting on the lake in winter when it would get foggy in the morning and the loons would be calling out from the fog. And I love stupid Canadian wolf bird from the show. I really, really do. I want it to be cute and charming. It fucking isn't. And all I have done, really, is just remind people, I know what you're referencing. I know you mean the bird. And this is a word that lands very heavily for a lot of people. This is a word that makes a lot of us feel kind of pushed aside and not sure how safe we can be talking about mental health around this fandom. And like, spoilers, the long game is going to be all about mental health. So next season is going to fucking suck if the way you treat people going, hey, I know you're using it in a cutesy way, but remember that loon, like, don't be like, oh, hey, a fellow loon. Don't call me a fucking loon. I know what you mean, but you have been reminded. There is no way that people have not seen yet, because I'm not the only one saying it. Can you tell I'm fucking mad today? I'm just and it's bizarre that it's me. Usually me, Rain, I am more positive, but I think that we just have too much of a point. And it irritates us that it feels like we're being ignored on having a good point and being heard, especially when so much of us being, it's treated like we're just being keyboard warriors, when for us this is self-advocacy. And there's so many just hollow excuses of, no, they're homonyms. That's not really the word, so you're wrong for feeling this way about it. Fuck you. Or basically just get over it. Or, I mean, really, the idea that were I not self-advocating, trying to advocate for just helping more people feel safe and accepted and thought about and considered in a fandom that touts itself as being like, oh, everyone's welcome in the cottage. Not if you're calling us slurs when we walk in. And you cannot think it's a slur all you fucking want to. You are wrong. Ugh. Anyway, I've tried to get over it. It continues to bother me. Especially because the ableism pops right the hell out of people when you bring it up. And so it goes beyond them saying loon and them doubling down and showing me that, oh yes, you probably do know that it was ableist, you just don't fucking care. Specifically at Sanist. Alright, I'm gonna try to move on from that, because I'm getting kind of heated. Just the repeated mockery, like mocking people who give a shit, mocking people who are hurt by it. Y'all are mean girls. For people who, especially, it tends to seem to be the ones who bitch about, not exclusively, but a lot of it is the same group of people who like bitch about that Francois is such a bitchy, cunty, like mean millennial. He is, and I love him for it. Are out here being like edgy and cruel, and you suck. Edgy and cruel will just get you into the fucking government, apparently. I probably shouldn't be pulling this hard at the corner of my eye, because it's like the thinnest, most sensitive skin on your body. But I'm gonna. Alright, I was gonna do... Because honestly, this deep shade is a pretty good teal. But I do at least want to see what it will look like with that mint over. not really a huge difference. Because, like, if I pack it on, it's too light for me. And when I blend it out, it doesn't really transfer so much of the color. But that's fine. The darker teal is a lot more of a shark's teal. I have several milia around my eyes, which are like whiteheads, except they're not under a pore, so you can't just like extract them. They have to actually be like punctured, and then one is on my eyelid and one is like here at the corner of my eye. And I don't know if I can get to a dermatologist or afford a dermatologist to get them taken care of. Like, it's cosmetic, but they just irritate me, and they're gonna continue to grow bigger. And it's not like a hygiene thing, you know, just like acne. It's just kind of your skin, and it just happens to a lot of people. I also get like cysts sometimes. Thankfully not like on my face. Usually on my legs. I have not, like, knock on wood, wherever there's fucking wood around. Because I would prefer to not have one, like, ever in my life again. That would be great. Okay, what do I want? I do want some lighter corners. Where's that? There we go. This e.l.f. highlighter. My brain is all over the place today, sorry. We do these for us to kind of document, so I guess I'm documenting. This is where I'm at, is just in the background, really coping with how much I'm enjoying writing fic and engaging with the show. Oh, directly into the eye. And then there's just the insane amount of racism that is going ignored by a lot of the cast and crew, and went ignored for such a long time. And for a while I was like, especially after Francois confirmed that, like, they collectively, allegedly at least, had agreed of like, we're just gonna shun it and shut it out and ignore it. But fans of color still see that and are still affected by that. That's where I was like, aha, okay. Not only are you not protecting your actors of color, you also don't give a shit. I mean, it's not up to the creators of a show to police the fandom. I think it would be really embarrassing. I've seen it happen before. I will not name names or shows. It's really fucking embarrassing. However, a heart and just sharing what your lead actor of color said for himself is not a sufficient statement. It just isn't. And I completely understand and hate it for, especially Black fans have been the most vocal, as far as I have seen, about just not even wanting to invest in the show anymore. Like, enjoy it, but like not really get to care, not really get to feel like, not necessarily fit in. I think they're very good at finding each other. Like, if you have made it over to the Black side of Heated Rivalry threads, it's fun there. It's not full of bullshit. Secret. Secret. Oh. Anyway, just stuff that for me, I know that a lot of people kind of balk and think like, you can't talk about that kind of stuff. It's sensitive. That's kind of why we should talk about it and just have an openness about, I'm going to listen right now. That's what I've been doing recently is, I mean, I run my mouth a lot, but about like important issues and things that I myself don't have lived experience with. I shut up, I listen, I share concise points that I resonate with and that feel like I get a lot out of, like, that clarifies why this is such an issue, so I'm going to share it. Whatever. This all started about talking about fan fiction. Okay, so if you have somehow, and I'm not going to do, I still need to do the last little topper and mascara before I do the lip. I also still have quite a lot of lip balm on my mouth. This I have used before. It's actually a liquid liner that's a duo shift from silver to blue, but it looks really cute. Yeah, pretty. And I will bring, I know with the lighting right now, I look a little nuts. I will bring you in at the end. Mascara, which I really like this mascara. It is the Maybelline Falsies Surreal. I don't wear lashes. I'm very sensitive about like feeling things on my lashes. This mascara doesn't bug me other than putting it on because I'm bad at putting on mascara. So if you don't like wearing lashes, but you want pretty good like volume and kind of a falsy look, I like this stuff. And it's drugstore brand. All of my makeup right now, except for the Blend Bunny palette, which is like my special little treat. It's like my one, I don't want to say nice makeup because my other makeup's not bad. It's just like more high end. And God, it's such a beautiful palette. I do love it. This is the eye that always gives me the most trouble. Oh, I said that if you'd stuck around through all my bitching, I would tell you about fanfiction. Okay, so I have this fic called Offside. I can't say I. It was Moss and Quinn. Excuse me. Moss and Quinn that wrote it. It's not mine. It is ours. And especially because other than that, we have been writing with Foster, who we kind of subconsciously credit more because he has more experience. We both regard him. I'm just kind of speaking wholly for collectively for the hosts. So Quinn and Moss and like all of us really regard Foster as the better writer because he has the most experience. So Offside is also kind of special to us in that sense. That it's just him and me that wrote it. And we're very happy with it. We're very proud of it. The premise, the first chapter, is Shane in the dressing room before a game in Montreal with the Centaurs. And he just got back from a road trip, and like hockey road trip, and is on the verge of an autistic meltdown. Just overwhelmed, sensory overload, trying to manage and just get through the fucking game and go home. There's something really heavy in the outer corner on this one. I still did get a little baby bit of transfer. Let me go grab a thing for that. Riley's like the only one that watches these, and Riley has read Offside. So this is wishful thinking for me telling anyone else about Offside. Anyway, so Shane's having a rough fucking time, and he and Ilya had met at his apartment before the game, and because Shane was just like really irritable and not really in a position to want or be able to explain like what was going on with him, they just had an argument and like had to leave, had to split up to go to the game, kind of in the middle of like, fine, I love you and I'm still mad. You still get on my fucking nerves. So they're at the game and a couple bad hits happen. And Shane goes in to join the scrum, as one should, really. Stand up for your team, Leafs. And Ilya grabs him, like, hey, let's not. And Shane just fucking snaps and throws a few punches, and Ilya returns them. And then they're pulled apart, and the game ends, and damage control begins. Also during the fight, because if you've never seen a hockey fight, they tend to grab each other by the front of the jersey for multiple reasons. So, and Shane grabbing the front of Ilya's jersey breaks the chain. Anyway, believe it or not, it's a happy ending. So that's Offside. I'm such a smell queen. I love a good scent. Love incense, a scented candle. Yum, yum, yum. I don't like food smell for the most part. Like, I don't want my house to smell like pumpkin pie unless there's literally a pumpkin pie in the oven and it's fall. Or like cookies and that kind of thing. But newer makeup smells, I haven't had or done makeup in so long. Newer makeup smells delicious because I grabbed this Wet n Wild that is like a disgusting formula. It's so like oily and patchy, and it's supposed to be like this swatch. What is this even called? It's called Mink Brown, and it's like brick red. But it smells like a crayon. Like, it reminds me of one of the reasons I didn't used to like makeup, and maybe just because I used a lot of real, like I have other Wet n Wild stuff in here. I don't use, like I said, all of my stuff other than the main eyeshadow palette is get this off my fucking hand. Is drugstore. Yeah. Okay, thank God the game today is... See, it's cute. On camera, it does look more green, actually. Or like shades towards green. This is still very, very blue. But no, okay. So the darker one, with a little bit of that mint, does read nice and green. It says sparkly. Yeah, just for around my house. Yep, I rambled today and bitched a lot about Heated Rivalry fans, so nobody watches these anyway. Bye!